So how does that fare, like, when we talk about listening and the fans and how we actually receive this music when it comes to the algorithm talk? Does he have a for real case based on people being fans of this music or being made to listen to this music? Yes.
Does he have a case?
Yeah.
You can, you could file anything, I guess, if you want to.
You can't file anything.
Yeah. But, like, one of them was that they use bots, which I'm pretty sure everybody's using bots.
It's like
Drake's benefited off those.
Like shooting yourself in the foot.
One. Two, they paid influencers and didn't state that they were paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's probably something everybody's doing too, to be honest.
Probably.
Then there was the other one, the 30%?
What's that one?
He's saying that Spotify gave UMG a 30% cut, reduce the price by 30% to put whatchamacallit in a different playlist. But that sounds like the Spotify Discover program that every artist can access.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very
true.
Good point.
I mean, the only thing where I'm like, oh, that really was some underhanded genius is when, he took the content ID off of the video.
Yeah.
So every YouTuber and every content creator could just go ahead and review his music and not get a copyright strike.
And that to me was awesome. I think everybody should be supporting their local streamer.
Yeah.
Facts.
Should be doing that.
Facts.
But I think he lifted that. I'm pretty sure.
He lifted for a month and then they put it back.
Which is okay.
But you still get that first month. Like
all we needed was that first month.
He needs the first month. That's it. And that's the big month.
I don't know.
Big month.
Our evergreen stuff is important for us. So.
Still, like that, lifting that for a lot of channels brought people to their evergreen stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree. But
is that a crime to lift the copyright? Like there's labels and artists who've done that for me.
Tyler just
we've had
recently
it too.
on Chroma Code.
It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like it from the angle I like it. I think it's one of those interesting things. I think it depends on because we dance around, like anybody that does YouTube kind of understands this little dance that you do with using other content, and whether it's essay videos or whether it's in putting music in there or reviewing or reactions and stuff like that. And there's multiple things that you can do. Like when we do a music reaction video, most artists at this point at the stage in their career have content ID to some degree, but there's also different ways that different distribution companies work with content ID. And some of them allow you to share monetization. Some of them just block it. The majors typically block it, right? What I prefer, what I think is really dope for content creators is when you have the opportunity to use somebody's music or use somebody's content and you can share in the monetization of the original video that you're uploading. I would be happier with that approach rather than me make a piece of content and then after a month you start monetizing this thing that I make. I don't like that aspect of it. I think there's like a little bit of a lob for like, okay, yeah, use this for a little piece of time, but I'm kind of like, I made this piece of content and now you're going to essentially profit off of it.
Continue
post.
to profit.
Look, all you artists complain that you're not getting many money off these streams anyway. Just go ahead and let the content creators help you out a little bit by exposing it to their audience as well.
I end up just taking out the music in my stuff.
I guess you can. I guess you can do that as well.
I guess take it out.
I guess it depends on how ingrained it is into like your original piece of content too.
It depends on what you're doing. Like I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start, like right now when I do reactions to songs, I still keep the song in or the video in. I think it's just a better experience,
I agree as well.
But I've watched people do this and they take out the music and just have the full with the music available on the Patreon or for members.
Definitely Signifier does that.
Right.
Oh, does it?
And then you cut out the song. And so it's something on the channel. You're activating the algorithm. People are coming over, but then you can have a different version of it. I don't do that often enough to where my channel is greatly impacted. You know what I mean? Like, especially if I'm scripting something, if I'm writing something, I'll write all around your music. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because I know that feeling where you have something awesome that's up there and it's really a great breakdown or a piece that highlights the art that we all love and it's sitting there. Then becomes some label or some truthfully, some IP owner. They're saying, actually, that's ours. They're basically... We got caught using the sample. Basically, it's what it is. They turned into the artists have turned into the sample police. Basically,
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's unfortunate because artists obviously I see where they're coming from, and the labels they want to maximize everything they can. But like when people hear your music, you want people to hear your music. You don't want people to start trying to find ways to not allow their audience to hear your music.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
You know?
It's kind of like, remember when they clamped down, like they rated DJ 𝗗𝗘𝗘𝗧𝗦,
yeah.
you know, and they're like, no, this is all illegal. These are every CD in here is a copyright infringement claim, which technically they're right, but you know, especially for newer artists, you know, a lot of times those mixtapes are what really got you out there and might have got you in front of a label.
They were wanting to be on a mixtape.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, and you know, and then they tried to do corporate, you know, mixtapes, and it just got to a point where I was like, okay, well, they just destroyed
lost the whole pizzazz.
this part of the culture. Look, I remember when all the stores got raided here, I was still living in St. Louis.
Billy's.
Yeah, and then they called me and every other mixtape DJ, and they're like, yeah, you got to come get all this out of here. And we were getting nice money on it. Oh gosh,
was that 5 or 6?
I want to say it's been about 20 years.
One of the record stores here was actually featured in the documentary. I can't remember the name of that record.
No, it was
store.
on YouTube. And shout out to Norman Reed. He's an attorney, but he also is DJ Mellow Mix.
Yeah,
he was featured in that documentary, and it was just one of those things where there was a lot of shots at Naptown and people in and around the city. And they shut that whole. I mean, there are still people who sell mixtapes. But it's just not. It's not the same. I mean, now it's not the same because nobody has a CD player in their car,
Right.
And people don't even have CD players in their houses.
Yeah, I don't have an optical drive at all.
Yeah, not even on the computer.
Xbox. That's about it.
Yeah, you know what was crazy? PlayStation 5s can't even play, even though it's a Sony technology. CDs cannot play CDs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? PS5 can't.
Yeah, PS5 cannot play CDs.
Yes, I don't got optical. No.
Yeah, I think that too was due to the machine essentially not understanding how that was actually benefiting them.
Yeah,
they were being greedy. Which is what's going on now as far as the streaming services are concerned. They're being greedy, giving everybody crumbs and pieces of the penny off of every stream. But I mean, a lot of the artists have adapted to these things because they had to.
It's accepted as a norm anymore, you know. So.
Yes, they adapted to it. So, and as we said, Drake has played a part in that algorithm play as well, and it just didn't come out in his benefit this particular time. So it's like he's dropping a bomb on it, thinking he's doing something for himself, essentially, not to benefit everybody else, like we kind of alluded to like a week ago when we had the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing this because he's like some Robin Hood.
Of course not. Yeah, no.
He's doing this because, and all those narratives are garbage. So
yeah, they're narratives from the Drake Glazer community. Like, what are you talking about?
That's the truth.
I call them drizzlers. I call them drizzlers.
Yeah.
That's what I call them. They're drizzlers.
I mean, they get
Facts.
really extreme here. You mean to tell me this guy who only cares about sales? Is there all of their metrics when they talk about how great it is? He still leads in sales. He still leads in sales. How's he not dropped an album? He's still leading in sales.
Yeah.
What, he's suing? Oh, he's suing for all of us. He is now suing for all. No, man.
It's like all of a sudden.
He's not doing that. He is.
Yeah.
He is having.
He definitely backed into his people championing that part of it. Yeah, he backed into that because we were talking about this before we came on. That wasn't the intention, fam. That's not what you really were going for.
And I think it's really silly to even go public with this kind of thing and actually go at UMG. I know he really probably wants to sue Kendrick. That would look even worse. But I can't see, I don't have an example of this kind of thing breaking positively in technically the employees' favor. Right. So I think he might get Diageo'd in a very real way.
Oh, wow. Look, that's why I said, hey, man, he needs to up his security.
Yeah.
And make, because he's messing with these folks' money. He's messing with these, the whole, you can't attack the machine. And even if you think let's take that out of there.
He's actually making it better for Kendrick at this point.
Yeah, because now he really is not like us. He's suing over a rap battle.
Yeah. Right. Well, then, and also there was they said a 23% spike since the Drake filings went out on the GNX and on Not Like Us.
Yeah.
But the other side of this is, Drake is, whether you believe it or not, that $400 million deal is what they call a LeBron size 360 deal.
Yeah.
Right? It's something that I'm sure very few artists in the UMG system, probably him, Taylor Swift, maybe one or two other people, who knows? Even Bad Bunny.
I think that's about
Bad
it.
Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny.
They probably got some special something, right? Drake's obviously been eating off this system his entire career. But now, putting the light on UMG like this, do you want every artist that's somehow in this UMG system start saying, hey, you know what? They they've actually been playing with my money and my numbers too. Like, you want all the artists in the UMG system start going
Opens
public
up
about
Pandora's box.
I mean,
Bruh.
this does not work well for whistleblowers
At all. At all.
at best. And either way, it still doesn't change my opinion on him. He still lost the battle. He still can't do third-person storytelling. I still don't like how narrow he is. He doesn't talk about bigger, broader issues. As long as he's on time, that's the only thing he cares about. So to me, he's still the same, just worse.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't understand how organic reach works.
Right.
At the end of the day, just because you're Drake and you have a bigger machine behind you, the people have spoken.
The dude is
as simple as
he's
that.
the Canadian Zach Morris. You know, his whole career has been juiced before he even got here.
Yeah.
He had every teenager in Canada watching him.
That's true. That's true.
You know, like,
Drake out here with
he
the
should have done this. I mean, there was real conversations, debates, like, why is this dude signing in the first place at all?
Yeah.
You could have a successful independent career in 2008, 9, 10. You could do that.
Yeah.